Oh, actually, I should probably EuroUSD probably get my iPad up so then I can just make sure I don't miss anyone's comments on YouTube. Oh, God, no, it's on 5%. To be fair, I feel like people's comments come up here. Good morning, Frano. Right, guys, let's have a look at this. I haven't even looked. Okay, so that's good. We're still in the trade, which is great. Let's actually log into my Think Capital account. Okay, so we're floating at $423 at the moment. I've still got my 2 swing trades open. Good morning, George. How are you? Let me know if we have any traders here. Okay, cool. So that's looking good. I'm actually in a swing trade, 2 swing trades, Euro USD sell and gold buy. And I've been in these 2 trades since Thursday, and all I'm doing is literally just trailing my stop loss down. So let me just see where my stop loss is at the moment. So currently my stop loss, okay, is at a 1-to-1. So when we reach my 1-to-4, this is where I will trail the stop loss to a 1-to-2. So then we can definitely be making money. Good morning, Lucky James. How are you today? I'm really good, actually. I had a nice break over the weekend. But yeah, this is the first time jumping on my chart, so it's always good to come on here and see profit, which is good. Steve, I'm 28. Good morning, SOM1. But yeah, let me know, guys, if anyone's a trader here. I got my live charts up on YouTube now, so it's just Doey Trades. We're going to just do a rundown of everything. So let's have a look at gold. Okay, gold hasn't moved that much, but still, I feel like we're still slowly pushing up. We failed to break below my safety line, which is an upwards trend line at the moment. We failed to break below it. We actually whipped out and had, I'm assuming that was last night, had really, really big rejection. So hopefully let's get a little push up. So I'm assuming skull, 5 coal. But yeah, so I have been trading full-time now since August. But in this last year, this is where I've really had my breakthrough with trading. The last 2 years, 2-3 years, this is where I've been really, really knuckling down. But I've kind of been on and off trading now for a while. Okay, right. I'm just gonna get up YouTube on my iPad, so then I just make sure I'm not missing anyone's comments. Do you trade, Skull? How do I? Okay, so that's just. How do I log out of here? Switch account. But yeah, guys on TikTok, if you want to see the full charts, just head over to YouTube now. It's Doey Trades. Should be showing. Oh, it's not actually showing that I'm live. Brilliant. That's not ideal. Or is it? Oh, no, I am. I am live. It's fine. Just wanted to make sure that that was up and running. Now I'm on 50k. Oh, wait, sorry. Took a couple months break, then blew 25k. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So sorry, I've missed like half your messages. So are you a funded trader? Crazy with AK music. Oh, really? Okay, so let's actually have an analysis. Like I said, gold. I'm currently in a buy, a swing buy. Let's see. I'm going to mark up my Asia high and low, which we have broken out to the top, which is a good sign for my swing position. All right, this is really annoying me. I really want this to be bigger. I'm hoping, guys, on YouTube you can see everything okay. Okay, so yeah, the one with bro. Oh, really? That is crazy. Your bird go on TT live chatting. Your bird go on TikTok chatting to eval traders. I don't know what you. I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, so let's just mark up this because I'm going to get rid of this. But when we get to my 1 to 2 on my swing trade, that is when I am going to go break even finally. But just trail the stop loss up. So for my day trading, the strategy that I actually use is a liquidity concept with the highs and lows of Asia. So I'm basically waiting for, and as you can see, I'll wait on the 1 hour just because I feel like you use ALG. What's ALG? Thank you so much for the follows, guys. I do trade EU. I'm currently in a swing position now for Euro USD. So Asia liquidity grab. Yeah, so what I'm doing is just waiting for that reaction. If we get a breakout, which we have had on the 1 hour, and I'll use the like I used 15 minute, but I just felt like the 1 hour was definitely stronger. So this 7 a.m. candle broke out. So now I'm going to drop down to the 15 minute and wait for some 15-minute structure before I find my entry on the 5 minute. So the reason why I do drop down as much as I do is because I'm happy also taking day trades and like, you know, shorter positions. Yeah, so entry on the 5 or 15. Yeah, exactly that. So yeah, now I'm waiting on the 15 minute for basically maybe a potential low to be created. That would be ideal because then that would show the 1 hour pullback. Once that pullback is finished, that's when I will drop down to the 5 minute to get my entry. Which prop firms do I use? So I trade futures as well. So I trade alpha futures. But when it comes to my oh, what is the alarm sound? Oh, is the alarm sound still going on? Sorry, YouTube guys. It is. I have alerts basically on my horizontal lines to tell me that we're basically breaking out of either the high or low of Asia. Sorry, it's such an annoying sound. Obviously, usually that would be a good thing. I'm just going to mute everything, just so that you guys don't have to hear that noise because it's very loud and annoying. Okay, so yeah, we're waiting on the 15 minute. We can't do anything until a 15-minute low is created. Let's have a little look at silver. They do like to trade silver. Let's have a look at the higher time frame. Higher time frame to me is still currently looking quite bullish. I'm gonna just bring. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely still looking quite bullish to me. We have broken out of this trend line though, which I would move this out, but I actually don't consider this a low here. Well, actually, to be fair, maybe it is a low, a structured low. I'm going to put it there. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how silver responds, because it looks like for silver and gold, I find actually move very, very similar. Have I got a belly button piercing? No. Thank you so much for the follows, guys. But I can't even remember if I got distracted there, but obviously someone asked me what prop firms I'm using, and I'm currently Forex, I'm trading with Think Capital. So if anyone wants a discount code, just use the code DOEYFX and you'll get some money off. Feel like this is such a good time to just, have a fresh start with everything, because we've literally got 2 months of this year left. That's crazy. But for me, I'm like, I need to get stuff done. Okay, so 1 hour is still looking quite bullish. Obviously, if we have a look here, sorry, not the 1 hour, 4 hour. But if we look here on the 1 hour, we did actually get this breakout to the upside. Oh god, shut up. Hoping that the alarm isn't going off still, because I muted it. But yeah, so exactly the same as gold, but right now the 4 hour is looking like it's really rejecting. But we've still got a couple hours yet before that closes, so we could just be creating a real big bottom wick to then flip up the other side. Okay, so let's have a look on the 15-minute. Let's put our vertical line, and the reason why I'm using this vertical line is because when you start dropping down on the time frames, I feel like the one thing that people do really, really wrong is that they think that they're looking at old data. Like, the lower time frames are purely about entry. So when it's purely about entry, you want new data. You don't want to look at old data, because that's telling you structure. But structure on the lower time frames can really confuse you, because they can literally, chop and change. Oh, is Pixie on here? Hey. It says I can invite you, Pixie, to join a live. Can you go live yet? God, I'm still a little bit ill. It's just so annoying. The whole market is manipulated by the market makers. Okay. For me, I'm never ever trying to beat, the market makers, and I'm not that type of trader. I don't try to predict anything. All I ever try to do is react to what the market is telling me. So that is the way that I personally trade. But I know a lot of traders do always try to predict things, and this is, why people are like, oh, you're never going to make money, because you're always, they're always going to beat you, which I get. Okay, so GBP USD. Yes, I'm exactly that. I am a price action trader. Okay, GBP USD is looking quite bearish still to me on the 4 hour, which is good. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. So my 1 hour looks like we're about to break out, but we're going to need to wait for this 1 hour closure before, we get that confirmation that we can then get a continuation going down. Okay, so let's just mark our Asia highs and lows. But yeah, so 1 hour closure is needed before we can drop down and start looking for entries. I put my TP where retail puts their stop loss. Fair enough. Okay, so guys, if you want to actually see the full charts, anyone on YouTube, not YouTube, TikTok, who is interested, because obviously I'm talking to you guys, but you can't see the charts, but I'm streaming live on YouTube now. So it's just Doey Trades. You'll see that I'm live over there. Okay, so we're waiting for the closure for GBP USD. Let's have a look at NQ. NQ was being really weird last end of last week. I was struggling with it, but let's have a little look on the 4 hour. Okay, so the 4 hour is kind of looking like we're slowly moving down. I mean, we extended so much, and if we have a look at where the 4 hour trend line is, it's like all the way down here. I'm actually going to start drawing some steeper trend lines. Let's do this. So we've got one there, and then we got a steeper one over here. So originally it was there. Now it's really looking like it's potentially retesting it. So I'm going to leave it here for a second, actually. I'm going to leave it here for a second and zoom in, make sure everything is touching. Yeah, so this is interesting. We could be potentially going to be having like a little pullback on NQ just because we have been extending for so long. And as you can see here, we have a really big institutional gap, which it hasn't been tapped into. So we could see price come into this area to fill it before then continuing up, and it still be considered an uptrend because these trend lines are super steep. The original one is all the way down here. So even if it pulled back all the way down here, rejected and continued up, you'd see this huge like move down, but then overall we're still potentially looking for our buys. So yeah, let's have a look on the 1 hour to see where we're at with Asia, our Asia highs and lows. Okay, so on the lower, that's interesting. So we actually rejected from Asia lows. So if I zoom in here so that you guys can see, we've had a reaction to their lows and we've completely just moved up. So I'm going to see if there was a potential opportunity. So that was the 7 a.m. candles. So let's have a little look at candles moving from 8 a.m. I'm going to be really careful because Mondays and Fridays, they do say statistically traders seem to lose a lot more, but this is absolutely fine. So we've just had a load of green candles being printed. So for me, there's no opportunity here until the 15-minute gives me structure. I know if I drop down to the 5-minute, maybe there's structure, but for me, I am not trying to rush any of my trades. I'd rather have the trades that have the higher probability of winning, basically. So we're just going to wait for a potential high to be created. Then we can have a look on the 5-minute because this is where you can see that pullback happening on the 5-minute for the 15-minute. Once that's pullback is done, you'll see that shift, that change of character on the 5-minute, and then that continuation up. So we just wait. Let's have a little look. 15-minute. Okay, 15-minute, we've now got a potential low here. So that was the 8:30 candle. So if I drop down to the 5-minute and do another vertical line, because now I know, so it's at 45. Okay, so now we're waiting for new structure on the 5-minute for gold for a continuation up. Let's have a look and see if it's the same for silver. Like I said, silver and gold tend to move quite similar. So it's literally done exactly the same thing. So we're going to do the same here. But now we just have to wait for new data and just be patient. So like we said, for GBP USD, we're waiting for the hour breakout, NQ. Yeah, so we can see here a little bit of structure on the 5 minute for NQ, but on the 15 minute, it's just extending. So I'm not going to now enter based on the 5 minute because there's already been quite a big extension. Even in an uptrend, you're still going to get pullbacks. So I don't want to be entering just for it to start pulling back. I'd rather enter once that pullback has finished. Okay, so 15, we're waiting on the 15 minute for NQ. And now let's have a look at Euro USD, which I'm really, really happy with this swing trade. I've been in this trade since Thursday. So do you share real results like trades that you made with profit? Yeah, so I'm trading live now on YouTube, but I'm not here just to be like, oh, look how much money I made. I'm literally just talking you through like the actual analysis. And I feel like, a lot of people can't actually do that. Hey, whatever on YouTube. Good morning. Guys on YouTube, if you have any questions, obviously you guys are seeing the live charts now, so just let me know in the comments if you've got any questions. TikTok, if you want to see the live charts, just head over to YouTube. It's just Doey Trades. So like I was saying, Euro USD is looking still really, really good for that bearish trend. Still looks like we're on that bearish trend. Oh, thank you so much for the gift. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much as well for liking the live. Okay, so this is good for my swing trade. Currently, we're waiting for my 1 to 4 to hit so that I can start trailing the stop loss into even more profit, which is good. And I'm just going to stay in this trade until I get taken out, or until we break this 4-hour trend line. Because if I've trailed my stop loss quite far back and we break it, I am happy to come out with more profit. Mega trade. Yes, I have heard that. Actually. But yeah, so I'm still in my 2 swing trades that I posted into the Discord. I'm holding. We're still in a buy position for gold. We're still in a sell position for Euro USD, which is exciting because I never really hold my positions. But yeah, so it's good that overall trend is still looking bearish. Just going to drop down now to have a look at the 5. Right, let me just get rid of this because it's really annoying. Okay, so let's clean up the chart a little bit. Don't know about you, but it really stresses me when the charts look really, really messy. Okay, so we're having this big breakdown here. Again, we need that 1 hour closure. I feel like we're going to get that breakout, which is good. Okay, 8:49. Got 10 minutes till that closure. And then we've got this high over here. So we just got to wait for that to happen. And then we can start dropping down and potentially looking for our sell entry. But yeah, it's really, I feel like I finally found what works for me. I think when I started to actually do quite well in trading, I started off as a scalper. Whereas now I try to kind of stay away from coming in and out of the market like within minutes. And I'm trying to be more of a day trader. Just because I was finding with scalping, I'd really need to fixate on the charts because it really mattered about that specific entry. Whereas day trading kind of works a lot better for me because I've got to be a lot more patient. So I've got time to enter the trade instead of literally just sat here waiting. I've really kind of systemized my process. So, like I was saying to you guys with gold, we got that breakout on the 1 hour. We drop down to the 15-minute. We wait for structure to be created. Once that structure is created, we drop down to the 5-minute. Now we wait for 5-minute bullish structure. So we want bullish structure because that's our bias. And what I mean by bullish structure is new bullish structure. So, if you look at old, like all of this structure to the left, like you could be really faked out by looking at old structure because the lower time frame is literally not giving you that overall bias, is not giving you that overall direction. But what it can give you is, once the higher time frames have given you what you need, that's when you can then drop down to purely just find your entry, because you just want that confirmation that we're still going in that direction. And so, yeah, we're just currently waiting for silver and gold to actually give us some new bullish structure. So on the 5 minute, from this vertical line here, this is the only data that I'm looking at. I'm not looking at any of the old data. So I need a high to be created, then a high to be broken before I enter. And this really keeps me safe and out of trades that are not going to go my way. Because even though we're waiting for our entry right now on the 5 minute, if this just continues down and we don't create any more structure, and then we kind of jump back to the 1 hour, now the 1 hour is looking bearish, then we know, like, we either change our bias or we just stay out, or it just didn't play out in our favor. But yeah, we've got 8 minutes till the GU and EU close for the 1 hour, and then we can get our bias for our day trades. But yeah, hopefully that's making sense to you guys. If you got any questions, please do let me know in the chat. I'm more than happy to, answer things, or if things just aren't making sense, let me know. But yeah, for now, we're just going to have to wait. I actually want to try out something. I wanted to try this out. On YouTube, guys, can you hear the music that's being played? Because sometimes I'm like, is the market cooked? Chris, I mean, I'm waiting for setups now, but if I don't get my setup, then I'm not gonna enter. But yeah, YouTube guys, can you hear that music in the background? I was saying, like, sometimes I feel like it's just really, really quiet. Oh, Pixie, you're back. Good morning. I saw that you came on earlier, and it says invite Pixie to join the live. So I don't know if you can go live now, because that would be really fun if you can. I'm not going to be on for too much longer, but then, yeah, we could definitely do a live together. Oh no, you've been at the gym. Oh, that's so strange. I literally saw your name pop up earlier, and then it said exactly the same thing. Invite Pixie Trades to join a live as a guest. Oh, you guys can hear the music. Okay, cool. Because like I said, sometimes I'm like, it's just really, really quiet. And obviously, like, I can't have music that's like, copyrighted and stuff. Maybe it was like an invite and it would send me a message. Oh, maybe. Yes, so I'm gonna ride Euro USD down. I've already trailed my stop loss into profit. I was saying, Pixie, I'm really proud because I've been in my 2 swing trades since Thursday, and we are floating at the moment on nearly $500 in profit. And just for transparency, I'm gonna show you guys on my Think Trader account. So you can see there, we're currently floating in really good profit on my swing trades. And it looks like we are going to hit my 1 to 4 very soon for Euro USD, which means I will then trail my stop loss to 1 to 2. And just to give you guys a little bit of an understanding of like my kind of risk management, I suppose. On my swing trades, what I like to do, because it's a swing trade, and you're gonna sometimes go into a load of profit, come back to break even, go back into drawdown. Like, that is the nature of swing trading. You have to not necessarily always go one to one like super quick, because that's something that I learned, that I've kind of found it doesn't really work too well. So I have to wait for my 1 to 2 to be hit. Once my 1 to 2 has hit, then I start trading my stop loss. So I'll go break even. So obviously I'm going to have to sit with that emotion if I wait all the way for a 1 to 2 and then we go break even, and then it takes me out of break even. But it's an uncomfortable feeling, but to be honest, anything that's uncomfortable isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially when it comes to trading. So we always protect our money first, and then we make money second. So what was I saying? When I go 1 to 2, we go break even. 1 to 3, we bring it to a 1 to 2. So to be fair, so we're 1 to 3. Oh yeah, so right now I've already trailed my stop loss into profit of a 1 to 1. And then when I go 1 to 4, then I will trail my stop loss to a 1 to 2. But yeah, so that's my kind of process for my swing trading. For my day trading, when we go 1 to 1, that's when I go break even. 1 to 2, 1 to 1, 1 to 3, 1 to 2, and we just trail it along like that, basically. Yes, Ian, price definitely retests entry, especially on our swing trades. So you don't want to always go break even too early, but at the end of the day, we always do want to protect our money. And I think that was the real big shift for me when I stopped focusing on making money first and actually protecting my money. Like, last week was actually a really good week for me, but I missed all of my trades on one day because I was just busy and I wasn't trying to, trade at the same time. My second day, all my trades just broke even. They just took me out at break even, which, is frustrating. But then Monday I was in profit. Thursday was in a lot of profit. Friday was in profit. And obviously I've got these 2 swing trades still open, both in profit. One of them has now, regardless of if it goes back the other way, I will come out in profit. For gold, I haven't gone break even yet. But yeah, so interesting one on gold, because we're waiting for this 5-minute structure here. But I'm actually going to shoot in let's see what happens here. Because so we've got these 2 candles here. The only thing is, like, this is a bit of a doji candle, so it's going to be subjective whether or not you think this is a high. So when it's a bit subjective and it's not obvious, you have to just accept it's a little bit more of a high risk setup, basically. So if we do get a breakout, this is what my entry would look like. I will go and put an order on at that breakout, and then, to be on the safe side, I would personally like to have my stop loss on the other side of these of the 15-minute low, and then your 1 to 2 is up here. I think that's realistic. We've just had that closure, so I'm going to just head over to, I just realized that you might not have even been able to see that. Gold here. So on the 5-minute, if it doesn't trigger in, then, it doesn't really matter because I'm still in the trade anyway. So if I just show you where I'm going to be entering. Limit. buy limit here. And then stop loss. Stop loss there. Yeah, I'm happy with that position. 140 at risk. And then yeah, we just let it go from there. So Ace, I've literally just entered a trade. Well, I put an order on gold right now, and we've just been triggered in. So now we just wait for the 1-to-1 to be hit, and just go from there. But every trade that you enter, you have to be okay with the loss. Otherwise, there's no point entering. If it goes against me, it goes against me. But yeah, guys, I'm actually going to have to go. But yeah, you guys know what I'm looking at for the day. Really sorry that I came on late. But yeah, so Wednesday is when I will be doing our next live at London Open. But thank you so much.